Well, it looks like we're live. Let's get this thing started. I'm going to go an hour tonight if it kills me. Even if I have only one person watching. Even if I don't have anybody watching, I'm going to go for an hour. I've been messing with my computer for weeks. And I think maybe, cross your fingers, I've got it set up so we don't get the spinning and all that garbage. All right. Let's go to second screen here. Hey, Norris. Appreciate it. I think, cross your fingers, I finally got this computer running correctly where I'm not spinning on your end. My opening video has been very choppy, so right now it looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and start that up. We'll see how many people show up. And here we are. I think I'm live. Let's see if I can get this straightened out here. Norris, good morning or afternoon. Well, actually, good evening, I guess. Let me get my stuff started here. There we go. I got buttons to push, all kinds of stuff. I'm hoping I have all my settings correct. My opening video that you saw in the beginning, where the photographs came sliding in, has been very choppy. I've been having problems with sending enough information to YouTube Studio to keep a smooth stream. So cross your fingers. I hope I got it. We'll see. I'm going to go an hour tonight if there's one person in here or no people in here. So be prepared. All right, wait for some more people to come in, and then we'll go and, whoop. Hang on a second, I gotta cancel. It won't stop. It won't stop. Hang on. My timer for my pop-ins here. Let me see. Dismiss. Yay, that's what I want. You never know what's going to happen on the live stream. So, for the last few weeks, again, I've been working on the computer, trying to figure out stuff and reloading stuff, reinstalling stuff. So, hopefully tonight, I'm going to keep an eye on my my stream health, which let me get over here to Studio and see what we've got. Let me see stream health. It's still doing some swirling on my end. I'm not sure about your end. That link you see at the top of the page, that's my sign website for logos and signage and vinyl decals, things like that. Check it out if you would. Hey, Weekend RVing, James and Millie. I'm going to give it another try. Hopefully things will go good, but see, jeez. I don't know what's happening with me and YouTube. YouTube has been messing with my hours. YouTube has been messing with my streams. I thought I had it. Let me check some stuff. I'm getting really tired of this. Maybe it's time for a new computer. You know, it's 4,500, so let's go to 2,500 and see what that does. I'm changing the bitrate going out. I'm really trying, but it's very frustrating. Every time I think I have it right, where my videos look good, Studio just keeps messing it up for some reason. All right, let me see what we've got. We've got 15% CPU. 0.5% dropped frames, so I don't understand why Studio is not getting enough data. I don't know. As you can see, I have 189.1 to go for monetization. I was down to 129, and then all of a sudden I kept losing. I keep a spreadsheet on daily on what my goal is for 4,000, and for a while there it was going up and up and up and up, and then all of a sudden it started going backwards. And I don't know if that's from using overseas IP addresses or doing too many at once. I didn't do any last night, and I dropped. The night before I did 2 4-hour playlists, and I went up. So I don't know. I'm thinking about buying another computer, because this computer's pretty old, and I've always had trouble with this computer and the net. You know, Wi-Fi or hardwired like I am now. So as you can see, popping up above me is a thanks to everybody that's helped me along the way. If your name isn't on here, I'm sorry, it only holds 10 people at a time. Once I get all this stuff straightened out, then I'll make a new one that has everybody in it. But I'm just getting very disappointed with this. But I'm here, and we're a whole 8 minutes in. Yes, I'll be coming in the shuttle bus. As a matter of fact, speaking of shuttle bus, I've got what I've got here. Oh, you can't see it very well. I just bought a couple more bulkhead pass-throughs for electrical, like I have on there now, and I'm going to buy a EcoFlow 160 watt suitcase panel. Gypsy of Gypsy, you know who that is. Well, she has a 100 watt EcoFlow, and it was putting out twice as much as my 2 EcoWorthy panels. So I'm going to hook up my EcoWorthy panels to a PMW and hook them directly into some distribution blocks instead of directly to the battery. And I'm going to run this new 160 EcoFlow suitcase directly to the battery. So I should not have any problems with charging now. You know, I was only charging, I think 15, no, it wasn't even 15, it was like 8 or 10 amps with those two. So they weren't that great of quality. You know, that was back when I didn't know any better. So I'm going to be doing some new stuff. I'm going to be lightening up the bed frame. I'm trying to finish the ceiling. I'm rearranging everything in there to get better weight distribution. Let's see, what else? I'm going to try and paint the sides. Oh, I was going to go into yours, but let me tell you, the last 10 days here have been terrible. The only good point is I did finish the ramp for Grunt and Wally, so they can come and go as they please. Grunt's very skittish, so it's taking him a little time to get used to the ramp, so I have to kind of bump him a little bit to get him to go up and down. Wally was jumping through the door before I had the ramp. Wally can jump 2 feet. Jump can jump about 3 inches, I think. So anyway, I got the ramp built, which I've got some pictures here I'll bring up here shortly. But 10 days ago, the air conditioner went on the blink. We called our air conditioner guy. He came in. He said it was the some little part. Cost us $75, and it started up again. It's whatever capacitor, that's what it was, that charges up the juice to start the fan motor. Well, it lasted about 3 hours, and it died again. So I called him, and he said, well, then the fan is drawing too much power or something that's killing that capacitor. So we said, okay, come over and fix it. He said, well, HD's right here beside me. He said, well, I can get you an OEM or I can get you an aftermarket. I said, okay, well, how much is the OEM? $385. Okay. How much is the aftermarket? $600. I said, what? He says, yeah, but I can't get your OEM for 4 to 7 working days. I said, all right. Well, the homeowner said, okay, let's wait for that. Well, it's been over 10 working days. Still don't have it. So I'm calling somebody else up tomorrow. I left a message, hasn't gotten back to me. So, so sad. All right, that was the first thing. That was on a Friday. Like I said, the last 10 days have been rough. Sunday, the microwave quit. We pop popcorn for a Grunt and Wally because they love popcorn. Put the popcorn in there, hit 3 minutes. It dinged. I went in there, didn't pop. I said, okay. So I checked connections and make sure everything was good. I checked to see if a circuit breaker was popped. Wasn't. So I hit it again for 3 minutes. Didn't pop. So that means the exciter or whatever it is died. So that was strike 2. Then, hey, over the hill. How's it going? Thanks for coming in. I'm talking about the 10 days of troubles we've had here. The biggest is saved for the last. Anyway, the microwave went out. So, no big deal, We can find a used one for now. Found a free one. Blackened stainless steel to match the refrigerator and the stove, which was kind of cool. For free. But it was about 40 minutes away. No big deal. I went and picked it up. Got back. Took me about 45 minutes to an hour to pull the old one out, put the new one in, crank that one up. Hey, it popped popcorn in 3 minutes. Yay! It works. The only thing wrong with it is when you open the door, the light doesn't come on. But for free, you can't complain. Now that was number 2, strike 2. That was on Sunday. Now, Harley, the homeowner, and the Potbelly Pig owner wasn't feeling too good Monday, so she called into work, which she never does. My roommate. She never calls in late or sick. So I knew something was wrong. So Tuesday, she was feeling even worse. So she went online because you can't get a doctor's appointment anymore. You have to go online. Gave her the symptoms. And the doctor recommended some pills. Went and picked up the pills. And they didn't seem to help any. So Wednesday morning. Believe it was Wednesday morning. It's all a blur now. Took her to the emergency room. They did a CAT scan. They did a blood test. Come to find out, she had a perforated appendix. And it's been leaking for who knows how long. Her belly has been extended and continued to extend, and it was hard as a rock. So no telling how long it was, because it came on slowly, so you don't really notice it. So they admitted her into the hospital. The same one she works at. I'm not even looking at my health. I hope it's good. I hope I'm not buffering too much out there. So they admitted her. They did a second CAT scan. Come to find out, again, it was a perforated appendix that's been leaking for quite a while. And the reason her abdomen was expanding like crazy was because she was just eaten up with infection. If the pain hadn't been so bad and she hadn't gone to the hospital, they said she wouldn't have made it another week. So, she's been in the hospital 8 days now. They've been pumping her full of intravenous antibiotics for 8 days straight. I've been going over every day for 2 or 3 hours, taking her new clothes, etc., helping her wherever I can. So, yesterday, they put a drainage tube in her side because they didn't feel like this was going away fast enough. So it's been a rough 10 days. But on a better note, they're going to let her come home tomorrow, but she still can't go back to work for another week. And then in 4 to 6 weeks being on antibiotic pills that whole time, then they're going to take her appendix out. They could not take a chance of taking her appendix out with the infection she had, because if that had gotten into her bloodstream, it would have been 10 times as hard to cure. So, let's see. 4 to 6 weeks is going to be the 1st to middle of July before they take her appendix out. So, that's how the last 10 days have been. So I've been here at the house taking care of Grunt, Wally, and HD. Built the ramp. Secured the pet door. And cleaned the house every day, because when they come in from outside, they've turned half the backyard into nothing but a sandbox. So every day, vacuuming the floors, scrubbing the floors, because they get in the pool out there, they can walk through the sand and bring in nothing but mud. So it's been fun. I've been having fun. So that's how the last 10 days have gone. But that's okay. And it's getting better. It was at a bottom, so it only had one way to go, was up. So, how's the video? How's the sound? Let's get on to some better notes here, some brighter notes. Am I buffering on your end? I remember last video I did, live stream, I should say, that I buffered in the beginning, but it sort of straightened out as I went along. So, I've also known on this computer, when I do video editing, when I hit the play, hey Catherine, how you doing? Oh, you missed a lot of good stuff. You'll have to come back and rewatch it. The 10 days of hell here. Thanks, Norris. So anyway, remind me what I was saying. There's so many things going on right now that I get lost here. So the good things, yeah. The ramp is built. I built it so about 20 people could stand on it without it coming down. I still have the flap that goes in the doorway to keep the air out and the bugs out, but I've got to get Grunt to get up and down it first without pushing him. Then I'll put it's a clear piece of Lexan that I'll put in. Let's see, what else? Gee. I'm going to be working on a shuttle bus. I'm going to remodel probably one bathroom here, due to the fact that the homeowner has a $5,000 deductible, and doctor visits, doctor stuff isn't covered by insurance, which is ridiculous. Anyway, I got some pictures. James, Millie, did you see HD's new wheels? If anybody in here hasn't seen HD's new wheels, I have him on here in video and pictures. Let's see, what else do I have here? Let me get over to JPEGs. Grunt and Wally, I had a sprinkler out for Grunt and Wally, and then I put a pool in. I bought some EPDM, which is a fish-safe rubber membrane that I'm going to make a 5x5 pool for them. HD's going downhill. He's falling over constantly. 4 weeks ago at 3 a.m. in the morning, I heard weird sounds. I got up. HD was having a seizure. First one he's ever had. Scared the hell out of me. So I immediately called the vet when they opened and took him in. He had blood tests, everything else, and that was all fine. 2 weeks ago, he had another seizure. The vet told me to bring him in immediately, which I did. Blood tests again, nothing. Sorry, it's just gets to me. And nothing else does. So it's been 2 weeks. The vet said if he has another one in 2 weeks, he'll go on seizure medication. Knock on wood, he hasn't had one. And it's very scary because he could die from it. Anybody that knows me knows I'm not emotional about anything. Except him. Onto a better note, so hopefully he won't have any more. But the thing is, I gave him what's called a greenie 4 weeks ago. You know, it's a chew for his teeth and everything. I'm not saying this did it. It just may be coincidence. 2 weeks ago, I gave him another one. The next day, he had the seizure. I'm not saying greenies do it. It might be a coincidence. I don't know. I haven't given him one since. Again, knock on wood. It's been 2 weeks. And unfortunately, when I'm at the hospital for 3 hours, 2 or 3 hours, I can't monitor him here. So I don't know if he's had another one or not. But Harley's coming home tomorrow, and I'll be able to keep an eye on him 24/7. Hang on just a second. Sorry about that, but you know how your nose gets. And I can hear Grunt at the door. I'm sorry, Wally at the door. He wants to come in. All right. James and Millie says they haven't seen HD's wheels. So let me show them HD's wheels. That's his new wheels. I couldn't believe how heavy that thing was. That thing is pretty heavy. That was the first time I put him in it. He's had, you know, a harness on it, you know, for a butt harness and a shoulder harness, so I could pick his butt up to get him in the shuttle bus. I got to find a place for those wheels this year. I'm not sure where I'm going to put them. I think I'm going to probably mount them on the underside of the Murphy bed. Maybe. I got to measure those wheels because I've got 16 inches. So I'm not sure. Now I do have a video here where these are his first steps in the wheels. Well, that's his chariot. And as a matter of fact, on the back there's two little hooks, which are for when he loses his legs completely, to tie his legs up. But I'm going to make him a custom license plate, a 3D custom license plate. But I'm not sure what it says. I might say it says, "Have wheels, will travel." Hey, WD Mommy, how's it going? No problem. I appreciate you coming in. So here's his first steps with his new wheels for the people that haven't seen it yet. Come. And as you can see, he took to it like a fish to water. He's only tipped it over once when he made a 90 degree turn at full speed. Now he can run again. He loves for me to shoot the ball up on the roof, and then he'll go running after it. He is. With these wheels, he can do anything. The only thing he can't do, he can't poop in these wheels. There's no way to release him so he can. He can pee in it, but not poop in it. And there isn't a spot on the top where you can hook a leash, which is kind of weird. I think I should have a leash hook on there. All right. Hopefully I'm not buffering. Hopefully this is going through good tonight. Like I said, I've been having all kinds of troubles with the computer. I may buy a new one still. This is an Asus. Again, I've had nothing but problems with the internet section of it since I bought it. I had an Acer, and I set them side by side. Acer was 100% on internet. This one was hardly anything, so I had all my stuff on it, so I said I'll just go with it. I may keep it. I may sell it. Yeah, the wheels are something else. But again, they fold up. The wheels actually fold up, so it's kind of like a straight hanging piece, which is nice. 31 minutes in. We got 4 people watching. Let me see how many thumbs up we got. Come on, we only have 3 likes. Somebody's slipping. Oh, the pinned link at the top of the chat. Let me see if I can get over to live chat. I don't know why it won't let me go over to live chat. That's weird. Anyway, the link you see at the top is my... Oh, it did switch me over. Wow. Is my link to Jet Designs, which is my sign company. If everybody would go over there and take a look, make comments, make suggestions, how I can make it better. I haven't put my 3D stuff in there yet, but I've got all the RV decals and designs and stuff I've done on there now. And 6 pages of our logos. So if anybody's looking for a logo, any of those logos can be modified because I designed them. HD, what you doing? HD's laying here beside me. I keep him close. Anybody that's new in here, you'll have to start from the beginning to watch the 10 days of hell here with mechanical and personal stuff, and personal stuff with HD, because I'm not going through it again. It's too tough. So let's go on to, let's see, what else have I got for JPEGs. Oh, here's Grunt. I put a little something's not right. There we go. We still haven't got the air conditioner fixed. It's been 10 days. So I'm going to be calling somebody new tomorrow. I left a message for our guy that normally does it. He hasn't got back to me. So within 24 hours, if he doesn't get back to me, I'm going to call my neighbor's air conditioner guy. So it's hot and humid. It rained all day today. Luckily, it's only been about 80. Instead of, like last week, it was 98 degrees here. And it was hot. So I've got fans running in the background. I don't know if you can hear them or not, but pulling the cooler air in tonight. So like I said, the last 10 days have been rough. But the only way is up. All right, let's see. Has anybody not seen Grunt? I put a little sprinkler out. It only went about a foot high to see what they would do. And so here is Grunt. He doesn't like water. But he got his nose in there and got his head in there. And then we've got, let's see, we got Wally. Wally loves water. He just got right in there and laid down beside it. Let me see, my chat has stopped. I want to make sure it's not because it stopped. So we got a kiddie pool first. And that's only like 4 or 5 inches deep. So I filled it about halfway. Wally gets in there, lays down, and it rolls around. He loves the water. Grunt, on the other hand, not so much. It took him a while to get his front feet in there. It took him a while to get his back feet in there. Now he likes it. But that little pool is too small. When he tries to lay down, his butt is on the edge and his nose is sticking over the other side. So I went and picked up an old sandbox, plastic sandbox, which is bigger. I fixed a few holes in it, and it was big enough. Now Grunt gets in there and lays down. But Grunt loves to blow bubbles under the water constantly. Wally is a hellion, let me tell you. He is wide open 24/7. You got to keep your eye on him. Let's see, what else we got? Got HD wheels. I didn't get much together for tonight because, again, this is another test. I've been trying not to look at my stream health, but it looks like dropped frames are way down, 2.4%. I'll take that. And my CPU usage is only 15%. So I'm happy with that. So I've got a little slideshow here. If anybody hasn't seen the pet door I put in under the window in the dining room, I had to cut through, of course, the wall, the insulation, and I had to cut through the outside brick, which was fun. And then I had to box it in. So I've got a little video on that. I'm going to have a video on this ramp. I'm working on that now. And I'm getting ready to hopefully go out and get some content for some more stuff. But I've been fighting this computer for weeks. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. It was a job, let me tell you. But here is the ramp finally finished. Well, first off, this is a little pet door I built, because we used to take them out side door, come around and get to that section. Now it's fenced off, and it looks like the surface of the moon right now, because, you know, pigs root, and so it looks like the surface of the moon with some dead grass on it. So I have completely cut the yard in half. The object was to hopefully, you know, let them tear up one side, put them in the other side, and reseed that side, but that's not going to work because it'll take too long to get grass to grow, and by that time, even before that time, the other side would be torn up. So they're restricted to their half of the yard, and so this is a little gate I made. And, you know, Grunt weighs about 150 pounds, so those 4x4 posts go in the ground almost 2 feet, maybe 18 inches. I can't remember. So I built the whole thing, and for some reason the picture came out small. I don't know why. But here is the door going through the brick into the house. There will be a clear flap that will hang down, and we'll seal on some fuzz insulation to keep the bugs out and the weather out. It'll be made out of Lexan, so I'm not worried about anybody or any of the pigs tearing it up. So this is up almost 2 feet off the ground, and Wally will jump, knock that door open to come in the house. Now Grunt, he'll be lucky if he can jump 3 inches. So I haven't not sealed, but locked that door completely, because, you know, I don't want him hitting his head on that and getting banged up a little bit. And that door is insulated. If you watch the video on that, I show how I insulated it and all that. And it's a fairly new one. So on the ramp, it's going to be 2x6s, 2x6 rails, 12 feet long, because I want to reduce the angle of the ramp, because we've been taking Grunt out at a very sharp angle out the side door. So I wanted him to feel comfortable. So you can see the door back there and the gate on the left. We originally had some plastic fencing. Grunt said, "Hold my apple, you know, not my beer, but my apple." He went over there and walked straight through it. It was, you know, took me several hours to put it up and get it right. And within 5 minutes, he walked right through it. And then Wally said, "Well, hell, if you can do that." Wally went under it. So went to a wire fence, bent the bottom over, put it in the ground a little ways. So far, so good. Wally could actually jump over it if he wanted to, but I don't encourage him. So here I am. I was going to put a 4x6 deck out there and then get the ramp off that, but lumber prices are ridiculous. It was over $500 just for that little bit, and I just couldn't do it. So I cut the angle to match the wall. I didn't cut anything off the bottom of the stringers. I just dug a trench and put them down in. And I picked up all these 5/4 boards, deck boards, that are going on top for free. That saved $125 right there. So I'm putting these on little by little. And here it is with all the deck boards on. Now, deck boards on the other side look, weathered, surface cracks and grooves and stuff. So you flip the board over and it looks brand new. So these boards will last 10 years easily, if not more. And they were free, so. And I've got some more boards. I'm going to make a base for a 8x10 shed that I want to get, so I can store my Harley in it. Right now it's in a clamshell with a bike cover on top of that too. Alright, here I am putting some sides on here because, Grunt wants to feel safe. He's a little wimp, let me tell you. So here I am putting some 2x2s with an angled top on it and a 1x4. Just so he'll feel kind of secure, He does. The other ramp didn't have any sides on it at all, and it took 20 minutes to get him down it. And here it is completed. And if you look, you can see those lighter strips going across. Those are 3/4 by 1 inch pieces in there. So in case it gets wet and it gets slippery, he's got something to put his foot on. And this is looking out the window and Wally heading down before I even finished it. And all that mesh you see is the screen. I should have lifted that up. You can see the ramp is close to the door, the gate, but the gate opens in this picture to the right, so it's not in the way. And you can see the backyard is pretty much sand. And this is looking out through the door before I finished it. And then the door is on the right that slides closed. And I'll be using a couple angle brackets. Oh, thanks, 3 Generations. I appreciate it. And I appreciate your watching my playlists. YouTube has been screwing me over for months now on my playlists. I go up and up and up, and then all of a sudden go way back. And it's not because of the drop-offs. I don't have that much right now running from last year. And it seems if I play more than 3 or 4 playlists, they only count maybe 1. Anyway, this is looking from the dining room out. And it's right up below the window there. And I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Now you get to come back to my mug back here. So that was the ramp. And I've got to show us a little more detail. If you see the thanks for your support up at the top, if I didn't put your name in there, it's not because I didn't want to, but this particular program only has 10 slots. And now that I thought I had this computer set up correctly for these streams, I think it's still buffering maybe. So I don't know what to do. I think I'm going to get a new computer. I think this one's I don't know, 4 or 5 years old, so. All right, let's see. That's all the show and tell. Let me see. Yeah, that's all the show and tell. So, wow, it's 8:46, 45 minutes in. That went by quick. Three Generations says I have a soothing voice. Maybe I ought to get I forgot what his name, James Earl Jones did. He took the lyrics to songs and just talked them through. Welcome to the jungle. Maybe I should do that. That would be different. It gets worse here every day. I don't know. But the people that have come in later, you'll have to rewatch this because there's a lot of stuff that you missed that I won't go through again now. I appreciate that everybody that's in here. I'm not sure how many people in here. I have to go back over here. See, right now it says no data in studio. So I'm probably buffering on your end. I don't know. It says error. YouTube's not streaming enough. I just don't know what's up with it. I've been struggling with it for a long time now. So I think I'm going to get another computer and say that and keep this one just for the graphics part because it's got 32 gigs of RAM in it and it's an i7. So let's bump this up and see. All right, I just bumped up the bit rate. Every time I think of an idea for the stream, I go searching around and somebody else is already using it. Oh well. Where are you located, Three Generations? I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina. Let's see. Weekend RVing is in Oklahoma. Catherine Cook, I think she said she was. Let me get back up here. Iowa. Wow. Norris is in Texas, I believe. I remember right. WDW Mommy is in Mississippi, I think. I haven't been on for a while, so. So where are you located, Three Generations? We got 10 more minutes. I should have put up some more show and tell stuff. Okay, my memory isn't shot yet. I have this cup right here, which has a flip top on it and a removable top. 2 or 3 weeks ago, I went out to the refrigerator, got some ice, went over to the water cooler and got some water. Couldn't find the top. All right, so I probably left it on the counter in the kitchen, so I went back to the kitchen. Nope, not there. So I opened the refrigerator. Casey Roman for president. That would be something. Yeah, I met Casey years ago. I'm sure she doesn't remember me, but hey, Roy and Becky, you just made it. You're going to have to rewatch because there's a lot of stuff that you missed. A lot of heavy stuff that you missed. Naples, Florida. I'm going to get down to Florida one day. I've been to Clearwater when I helped a friend move. And then I carried my bike on the back of the truck, moving truck, and drove back from Clearwater to Virginia. I wore a few trash bags in my day. People are saying, why did you wear a trash bag? Well, because you cut 3 holes in it and it becomes a rain jacket. That was way back when. Before these nice custom rain suits, which I have now. The HD's trying to turn around. He, like I said, he's going downhill. I'm getting off that subject before I get, there he goes, he's down. All right, next, let's see. I think I'm going to change backgrounds just for the heck of it. There we go. Something a little lighter. I'm thinking about painting. See this here? This is the arm for the microphone. I think I'm going to paint that green so it'll disappear since I'm using the green screen. That's true. And you put one bag on each leg, you know, tape it up, and you're good to go. It's hot and humid because it rained most of the day here, finally. This spring has been the second driest since the 1800s here in Wilmington, North Carolina. We finally got about a ½ inch of rain. It's supposed to rain tomorrow and Friday. We could use a ½ inch each day. That would be nice. This morning when I put Grunt and Wally out, the sun was out, shining like crazy. Got in here, cranked the computer up, started looking at a few things. Then all of a sudden I heard this noise and rain was pouring down. And Grunt hates water. He doesn't like water. So, of course, got out there, got my paddles. Now my paddles are two those black tub covers. They're yellow, and that's what we used with Grunt to herd him, to make him go in the direction we wanted. Because, you know, pigs are where the phrase pig-headed came from. So he didn't like his old ramp because it was so steep and slippery. So by putting the paddles on either side of him, or he can't see anything, he goes forward, which is nice. So the first time he went outside on this big ramp, it took about 6 or 7 minutes because I'm right behind him with my feet under his butt and the paddles on both sides and creeping forward through the tunnel, you know, through the doorway. When he gets about 3/4 of the way out, then he'll start heading down the ramp. So it's gotten better now. It only takes about a minute. Now coming up is not so bad. The first time was he got up about 3/4 of the way and stopped. He would not go another inch. And I'm behind him with the paddles. Couldn't figure out why he would not move. And then I figured out, well, I'm looking through the door and you can't see anything. So I guess he didn't know where he was going. So I heard HD in the house. So I called HD to the door. The second he saw HD, he ran the rest of the way up and through the door. Yeah, the mountains would be nice. I may take it, if it wasn't for gas prices and everything else, I would probably take a trip up to the mountains. To Asheville or somewhere up there, Cherokee. But gas prices are going up like crazy. And used pickups. That's the only reason I'm bringing my shuttle bus back to Quartzsite. Can't afford a used pickup. And I'm seriously thinking about selling the Harley because I just don't ride it anymore. I hate to, but it's an antique and I've had it 28 years. I just don't get enough time on it. But I'll get out there and ride it and then change my mind. Alright, we've still got 4 minutes. Let's see. I don't think it buffered too bad. Well, it says my... Jeez, I don't know what's going on with this. It's got to be this computer. Next Wednesday, I'm going to come on with StreamYard and see what happens. Yeah, I was hearing that. But you do have a Toad, so I know who to hit up when I need to go to town. Only kidding. Yeah, I always travel at max weight, so I can't tow anything. Did you get the exhaust fixed on Honey yet? Did you order your part? Take a month and go through it from bumper to bumper. Make sure everything's good. New plugs, new everything, new wires before you head out. I just had new wires put on, new plugs put in mine. I've got to get down and get the oil changed. They got a special running now, $49.95 for full synthetic. And that's what I run in it. All right, a couple minutes left. I really appreciate everybody coming in. I'm sorry for the emotion earlier. But just the thought, gets to me. Yeah, it is, but I can't carry much on it. I can't carry a 12-foot 2x4 on it, or a 2x6. And last year I rode it maybe 6 or 7 hours total. This year I haven't even started it up yet, because so much other stuff I want to do, and if I want to go get content, I have saddlebags, but it's just not big enough to carry everything I need to carry with me. I have my professional photography equipment, and I have my camera, of course, and a gimbal and all that, but there's so many things I want to do, and I can't do it on the bike. And I've had it for 28 years, or 28 years, yeah. So, second owner. I've gotten my use out of it. It's an antique now, so the price is going up. Thank you, 3 Generations. By the way, 3 Generations, what's your first name? I try to stay on first name with people, but sometimes I have to ask you a few times before I get it straight. All right, we're at 9 o'clock. I made it through the hour finally after several half-hour live streams. I'm tired because Grunt and Wally, welcome Iris, Grunt and Wally have a tendency to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and want to be fed, because Harley gets up at 5 o'clock to get to work by 6. Well, actually 4:30. So I don't go to bed till 11:30 or 12, and so this whole last 8 days, 9 days, I've been beat, and I'm beat right now. But the problem is I can fall asleep in the chair, but when it comes to laying down, I'm wide awake for at least half hour, 45 minutes. I appreciate everybody coming in. Next Wednesday, I'm going to try StreamYard to see if it's me, this computer, or if it's YouTube. I've already sent a couple messages to YouTube about my hours. I said I want an audit to see why I'm not getting the hours I should be. I should be about 4,500 hours right now. Because come September, let's see, when was it? No, October. January or February is when I had the Schoolie Palooza videos, and that's 850 hours. So I need to get up to close to 5,000 hours before then. So if I can't get them through YouTube, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be way behind again. All right. I got feel a cough coming on and a sneeze. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. I'm going to shut this down, and I'll see you Wednesday. My stream health is bad again. Jeez. I just don't know what to do with it. So I'm going to buy a new computer. Hopefully that'll take care of it. But not until I exhaust all my possibilities. All right. Everybody, thanks. And I'll see you next Wednesday. Have a great night. Oh, and that pinned link I have there, that's my sign website. I've got the RV logos and